Valentine's Day is coming up, and for many people, it's a time of love and enjoyment and wonder. For others, it can be a sad time, and for some, it can be a really anxiety-producing time. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're looking forward to Valentine's Day, and you might do the chocolates or the flowers or the little gifts and have a good time together, good on you. Enjoy yourself. I hope it goes well. Maybe you don't have a partner and you just love yourself and you're going to treat yourself to something and you're going to give yourself your own Valentine's Day. I say, thumbs up to you. That's awesome. It could be a sad day, though, for some. Maybe you don't have a relationship and you're sad about that, or you've lost someone. I know for me, Valentine's Day, not as exciting as it used to be after my wife passed away. So I don't always look at the day the same way everybody else does, or even the way that I used to. And for some, Valentine's Day can be really anxiety provoking. What if I'm not in the right relationship? What if I was in the right relationship, but I gave it up because I didn't think that I was in the right relationship, and now I'm worried that I lost the right relationship? What if I'll never be in a relationship with someone? What if nobody will ever love me? Notice all of these things started with that phrase that haunts so many people, the what if phrase. And the what if phrase has a cousin, which is the yeah, but what if phrase that we deal with a lot in therapy too. If your life is being ruled by these what ifs around relationships, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel as if you're never going to be able to find true love or know what that is. Will you ever get that soulmate experience? Well, maybe we could break a couple of myths. I don't know that there is such a thing as a soulmate, and maybe people don't want to hear that, I understand, but I think it's a term that can set a lot of people up for failure because there's so much involved in this. Like, it's a soulmate. We are connected. There's nothing that could ever tear us apart. There should be nothing ever between us. We should be in 100% agreement on everything. If that's the way that you look at it in that all or nothing kind of view, that person may not exist. Even when I was married, I loved my wife, but there were differences that we had. So did that mean we weren't soulmates? Maybe. I don't know. We never considered ourselves that because neither of us really thought of it in that kind of way. But if you do think of it in that way and you have to have that, it may feel as if it's impossible to find. And that could be really depressing for a lot of people who are going to keep searching and never feel quite fulfilled because you just don't hit this definition. That was a definition that couldn't be fulfilled anyway. If you're in a relationship and there's doubts and insecurities, well, I'd say, number one, those are normal. Even people who are married still have doubts and insecurities about their marriages, but they can work through those very often and maybe even bring in a therapist to help them deal with those things. But if it's almost like that itch you can't scratch, that doubt that you can never really touch, and it demands more and more answers and more research, well, maybe then we're getting into more of a relationship OCD, where we're attempting to figure things out in such a way that we'll know that this is the perfect relationship. This is exactly what everything is supposed to be. That there will come a point where there will be no more doubts, no more insecurities, no more uncertainties about the love that we have for each other. And this, unfortunately, is where many relationships can crumble and fail, because this attempt by relationship OCD to get all of these answers can actually be the very thing that drives a wedge into the relationship itself. There's only so many times a partner might be willing to be tested to see if this is the right relationship. Maybe a partner doesn't want to answer the same questions again for the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30,000th time. Who knows what it is? And maybe, just maybe, they would just like a night of being able to be together with you without having to deal with doubts and insecurities. You know, not only does relationship OCD have doubts about this, it will also potentially bring up things about past relationships. You might quiz your partner about all the past relationships they've had. Did you like them more? Was their body better than mine? Did they smell better? Did they Do they feel you better? All these kinds of things that you might wonder. Or you might want to confess to your partner, I know that this is Valentine's Day and we're supposed to be in love with each other, and I really believe that we are, but I once said I love you to someone else, and I was intimate with someone else, and I just want you to know that and be sure that I am committed to you, but I do have memories of that, and I hope that that doesn't tarnish. And you could just see by my describing that there, how that can really ruin a night and a moment that you might be having with someone that you love. But guess what? OCD doesn't care about that. OCD doesn't care if it ruins a night, because OCD wants compulsions, and it wants you to do these compulsions, and it wants you to get these answers. It will, of course, never fully accept the answers, but it demands that you do it. So yes, maybe your night was ruined because you told your partner about all the people that you've been with before, but at least, hey, now they know, and they can make the truly proper decision about if they want to be with you or not, and it's not like you're hiding anything from them anymore. And if they go, well, maybe it just wasn't right. And now the next person you date, you'll have to do it again, plus add this person as another person that you've been with. And isn't that just OCD kind of pooping all over everything, right? That's really what it does. It isn't there to be your friend. It isn't helpful, and it doesn't make things better. In fact, the only thing that it does is interfere and lead things to being worse. If you find that this is happening, and you want to break this cycle, there is a way to do that. There's something called exposure and response prevention therapy, which is the gold standard of treatment for OCD. And if you're looking for someone who can help you, well, we have that at NOCD.com. So check us out again at NOCD.com. What we'll do is we'll find out about the relationship. We'll take a look at all the compulsive things you're doing. We'll learn about the obsessions that you have, these thoughts and images and urges that are just kind of burning in the back of your brain that are demanding answers. And we'll try to find the way you're getting the answers, which of course never lead you to actually getting them, and they just want you to do more and more of this. And we'll teach you how to do things differently so that you can truly be in a relationship and not be in a relationship with a third wheel of OCD always getting in the way and screwing things up. It's not the most comfortable of treatments, but guess what? Neither is living with obsessive compulsive disorder. And what would you rather do? Live with OCD for the rest of your life, or go through a treatment that's going to help you get better, even if at first it might seem like, no, I shouldn't do that. I should have the answers. Well, we're going to teach you to live with doubts, live with uncertainties. And that's what I mean by it not being so comfortable at first, because nobody likes doubt and nobody likes uncertainty. But help is available. So again, check us out at NOCD.com, where we can set you up with a therapist who's licensed in your area, and we can help you have the relationships that you want, not the ones that OCD wants for you.